Hello, everybody. I'm here today with my special guest for the week, Angel Santos from Grow My Brand. Hi, Angel.
Hello, Michelle. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining me. It's great to have you here. So, tell me a little bit about your business. Tell me and everyone else who's watching about your business.
Sure. So, like you said, the name of my business is Grow My Brand, and it's a business coaching service for women. I kid and tell people I am sexist when it comes to business. I just have this passion for working with women entrepreneurs and women business owners and building and growing their business to whatever vision that they have. So, if they're looking to make 100K a year, if they're looking to make uh, 8 figures a year. I honestly enjoy helping them grow their businesses in whatever way, whether it's from an idea to the first product or from a product launch to, $1 million service. It's a lot of fun. And so that's what we do.
That's great. And I have to say that I guess I'm a bit sexist too, because I find that most of the people that I work with are women as well. So I'm right in that boat with you. um, All right, so it sounds like you have a wide variety of projects that you work on. So what specifically do you do with your clients?
Sure. And, it's so funny because when I was younger, I don't know how old I look to you. I've been working since 2002. And so when I was younger, I used to think, oh, I want to do all these different things. I want to work in all these different areas because it'll make me more marketable to an employer. That was what I thought when I was younger. And so what happens is 10 years in, I have all this, great experience on my resume. And I had a contract with this community service center. I redid their database. I managed a 6-figure project that took 2 years. I completed the project. I cried it out when they had like a little program to thank me for my efforts. And I had no idea what I wanted to do next. I had worked in so many areas of business and I had no idea what I wanted. And then I found out about business coaching, where a jack of all trades like me, who has done the marketing, who has done the web design, who has done the project management, who has done the technology side, who has done the legal side and edited contracts, I could use all of my skills. And I was like, yes, I can get paid to do what I do already with like my friends and people I know who own businesses. Like I can make money doing this, telling them what they need to do, and make money. So that's what happened. I found out that there is this career path that I could create for myself where I could use all of this experience that I've acquired and all of these companies that I've worked with and all of these board meetings that I've attended, and I could use it to help women grow their businesses. And so what I always tell people, because business coaching to some it's like, oh yeah, you have to have a coach, and to some people are like, oh, is that like a life coach? To a lot of people, business coaching is still fairly new or unknown, and so sometimes I meet with people and they say, so what exactly is it that you do? And so how I break it down is I tell people I help you one goal at a time, because whatever the vision is for your business, you have to take it one goal at a time. And so what I do is I usually do an assessment and a VIP day, which is 8 to 6 hours, and we go through every area of your business where you feel is weaker or where there's room for productivity, and I assess what's the biggest goal, and we take it one goal at a time. So a lot of the times that's increasing sales, right? You can imagine whether you're making 4 figures a month or 6 figures a month, sales and constant growth is always at the height of a business owner's mind. And then with some people, it's just putting together a marketing plan to really get their product or service off the ground. So it's usually between what we specialize in, I would say, is marketing and systems, which I'm sure you can relate to.
Yes, I love systems, definitely.
They're great. Must have.
And it sounds like you're very specific to each individual that you're working with as well, depending on what they want to achieve. Is that correct?
I am, because every business is different and every need is different. And there are a lot of, and I do not mean this in any offense, I'm a big fan of cookies. There are a lot of programs out there that are cookie cutter and they're self-study. And then if you pay, you know, an extra $10,000, you can have the one-on-one coaching. And I'm not knocking that method in any way. However, that is not how we do business. Like, every business is different and every goal is different. And so that's why I always recommend the VIP day, so I can really get to know your business and see what you need.
Awesome. So can people do a VIP day even if they're not in the same city as you, or do you just work with people locally to you?
No, I have clients all over the U.S. I don't have any international clients at the moment. However, I have had international people buy my book, so maybe I could count them as a client. I work with women all over the U.S. Via glip.com, which is similar to Zoom. They actually use a Zoom plugin. Oh, Glip, though. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's phenomenal. So people can work with me in person if they're in the Houston area. Some people choose to fly in, and the majority of clients who are outside of Texas, I work with online and via phone call.
Okay, great. I will have to check out Glip. I haven't heard of it before. It sounds great.
Oh, it's great.
And how long have you been business coaching for?
Sure. I've been business coaching exclusively for 3 years.
Okay, great. And you have a book out, The Power of Time Management, 5 Secrets Millionaires Know About Productivity. Sorry, I had to check my notes for the...
Sure, it's a handful. I'm glad you asked me the title.
So I read your book, and one thing in there that I really liked is what you say about using your voicemail. I'm a huge fan of using my voicemail. If I'm working and I don't want to be interrupted, I just let the voicemail get it. I figure, you know what, if I'm in the zone, I'm not going to stop to answer that call. Some people may think that's rude, but I really like that you had that tip in there. So one thing that I'm wondering is, what would you tell somebody that's having a difficult time prioritizing their to-do list?
I would say if you're having a difficult time prioritizing your to-do list, the first question is, are you attempting to do too much? And one thing I've had to learn is that I cannot do everything myself. You know, I'm that person who I want the website launched in a day because I know it can be done because I've done it. I want a magazine launch in 2 days because I know if I spend all of my hours awake working on it, it can be done. And that's really not a lifestyle that you want to create for yourself, right? Like, the entire point of going through all of the challenges and work and struggle that it takes to be a business owner is to fund the lifestyle that you want. If you're just going to work, 10 and 12 and 16 hours a day, every day, work for someone else. Like, in my opinion, like, it will be a lot easier. And I say that to, those watching it. I say that to myself. If I only wanted to, just earn money and spend all this time working, I could easily work for someone else and be paid well. I've done it before. Like, we become entrepreneurs and business owners so we can work less and make more. And that may sound funny or extreme to some people, but it's the truth. Like, if you're really being honest with yourself. So if you don't have your motive, like if you're not clear on why you started your business or what you really want, for one thing, before you get into your priorities, like, make sure you're clear about that, because that's going to cause you problems anyways. And so I would say, so the first thing is, are you doing too much? Like, are you being unreasonable? The second thing I would say is, what can you leverage? If you have an assistant, if you have an intern, if you have a friend, if you have a cousin, if you have an employee, if you have a staff, are you holding on to tasks that someone else can handle? Because really, the business owner's main goal is to focus on income producing activities. That's the main goal. So if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, your main task every day should be bringing in income. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you're, knocking on doors and offering your product or service. It just means you're working on an activity that can bring in income, and that should be something that's on your marketing plan. So I would say always order your priority list by Does it bring in money? Because updating your website or your email signature can take a lot of time, especially if you're not tech savvy. However, it doesn't necessarily bring in income like networking with potential clients. So I would say the order is, are you doing too much? Can it be leveraged? Can the tags be leveraged? And the third is, if you still have conflicts after that with prioritizing your schedule, what is going to bring in income? What is going to grow your business? Because we can, as women, we're naturally multitaskers, in my opinion, and we can busy ourselves with busy work that isn't really bringing in business. So those are my 3 tips. Did that help?
Yes, that's awesome. And I agree. We can spend so much time on the tiny little details that aren't helping us move our businesses forward. And I'm totally guilty of that myself. I've done that before.
Do it. It'll eat your time. And time is so valuable. And can I just say this too? One thing, one quote I heard at a conference that I attended is someone said, are you saving money? Or are you wasting time? And so sometimes we, especially for earlier entrepreneurs, and the thing is, I started to say that, but it's not true. I've seen this with beginning business owners and business owners who are grossing 5 to 6 figures a month, and they will attempt to save money on like a $20 or $80 tool that will save 8 hours of labor. That makes absolutely no sense. You can't be, and I'm definitely not one to say, oh, just you have to spend gazillions of dollars to run a business. That's not what I'm saying. However, I am saying that just because you can do something and it'll just take you more time, time is not free. Your time is more expensive and more valuable than money. So, remember that.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because your time as the business owner is the most valuable. And like you said, you should be spending that time on the income-producing activities. So that is a very good point. So your book is full of lots of good tips. And I'm going to share the link, the Amazon link below this video. And I've shared it on my page. I'll share it again on the page so that people know where they can find it. Okay. What would be, if you had to just choose one thing, what would be your top number 1 productivity tip?
I would say make common sense common practice. And so I'll repeat that. Make common sense common practice. So my first book, I'm always honest because that's all I can be. My first book it's a marketing tool. I created it to reach out to potential clients as an intro to goal setting for women entrepreneurs. It's not in depth. It's not new information that you can't find in any other book or any other website. I just feel like it's like a quick, brief intro to productivity for things that you aren't doing that you probably already know. Like a lot of people know they should plan their time. However, they don't. A lot of people know or are aware in the back of their heads that they should plan every day, but they don't. They say, oh, I don't have the time. I have to do something with my kids. I have to do something with my husband. Where I have to get this done for the editor. Where I have my day job. And like all of these things will rob you of basically progress in your business. It makes no sense at all. Make common sense common practice. Like we know things that we should do for our business, but we just don't. And instead we make excuses. So I would say, value yourself, your schedule, and your time. Make it a priority.
Yes, that's very good. And I like that. Common sense, common practice. It's easy to remember, so we can all remember that. Make common sense, common practice. That's awesome. So if people want to know more about you or learn more from you, where is the best place for them to find you?
Sure. growmybrand.org. Nice and simple. Yes, you can go there and just enter your information, and someone will get in touch with you shortly.
Okay. And you also have a group here on Facebook. Who would be a good fit for your group? Who are you looking for to join your group?
Sure. Woman entrepreneurs and business owners. I keep it simple. It's called Woman Entrepreneur Network, and that's exactly who it's for. I will say this. if a woman has a career, she's a professional and she's looking to, maybe just get motivation or information how to excel in her career, I definitely don't exclude people who work for someone else. And I don't look down on that because, it would be great if I worked for someone else. It'd be a lot easier, shall I say. It is work running a business and being responsible for everything getting done, because even when you have people in place and you have a staff, you still have to stay on top of them and get things done. So women entrepreneurs, women business owners, and women who are just ambitious and looking to excel in their career and their professional life.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to share the link to your group. I think I can do it below the video, so I will do that. And then also probably on the main page as well, so it's nice and easy for people to find. So thank you so much. It's been very informative having you as my guest this week. And do you have any final words you'd like to leave us with?
I would just tell everyone that I feel like sometimes people have doubts on if they can do it, especially at the early stages of your business. Maybe you've had one client or a few clients and you haven't made that much money or progress in your business. And I would just encourage you to stay positive. Like, our thoughts literally change our life because they bring about action. Like, if you think, oh, I'm hungry, what do? You're motivated to go in the kitchen and get some food. So stay positive. If you need help, work with someone, but never give up on your vision. That's all.
Oh, that's a perfect last thought. I love that. Never give up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much again for...
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, and everybody, I will share Angel's links, so watch for those, and thank you for listening.